The night was heavy, the moon casting a cold, silvery glow over the century-old estate. Crickets chirped quietly, and the pond's surface reflected the stars with perfect clarity. All seemed peaceful, but Karen, unable to relinquish her obsession, had orchestrated another intrusion. Under the cover of darkness, Phony HOA officers attempted to invade the estate's old shed, hoping to uncover something they could use to assert control. What they did not anticipate was that the property was guarded by my grandfather, a seasoned veteran and a tactical mastermind in his own right. The first signs of the intrusion were subtle, a faint crunch of gravel, shadows flitting between trees. My grandfather, alert and seasoned from decades of service, noticed immediately. Unlike Karen's previous attempts, this one required precise, decisive action. He moved silently through the yard, hands signaling to the strategically placed cameras and sensors that monitored every inch of the property. Drones hovering overhead provided infrared coverage, illuminating the intruder's movements even in the darkness. Karen's phony officers approached the shed, confident and arrogant under the cloak of night. They expected minimal resistance, assuming they could operate unobserved. But my grandfather was not only present, he was ready. Every exit, every potential breach, every line of advance had been anticipated and fortified. As the first officer reached for the shed door, a spotlight activated, disorienting them while my grandfather's calm, authoritative voice echoed through the night. "You are trespassing. Step away immediately or face lawful consequences." The tone was deliberate, commanding, leaving no room for misinterpretation. The intruders froze, their bravado faltering as they realized the situation was far more controlled than anticipated. My grandfather moved with quiet precision, ensuring the shed remained secure while the intruders' options dwindled. Drones captured every step, documenting the attempted intrusion for evidence, while sensors monitored any further movement, triggering subtle but unmistakable signals of impending enforcement. Karen, still miles away, frantically called her loyalists, demanding updates and coercing them to continue. But the officers on the ground were paralyzed. They had counted on stealth and intimidation, and instead were faced with a prepared, legally backed defense they could not overcome. The intruders' hesitation escalated into panic. My grandfather, unflinching, maintained control of the perimeter. Without violence, he guided them back toward their vehicles, ensuring no harm came to either party while maintaining complete authority over the situation. Every movement, every misstep, was recorded and transmitted in real time to our secure monitoring system. By midnight, the phony officers had fully retreated. Karen's plan had failed utterly. Her intrusion had been neutralized, her authority discredited, and her obsession documented as harassment. The shed, the estate, and the surrounding property remained untouched, secured by foresight, tactical strategy, and lawful authority. I arrived shortly after, walking through the moonlit grounds with my spouse and infant. "She never learns," I said softly, noting the tranquility restored after yet another attempted escalation. "No," my spouse replied, eyes scanning the perimeter. "Every attempt she makes only highlights her obsession and proves the value of preparation, vigilance, and authority. Aggression is powerless against foresight." The estate remained serene under the moonlight, the century-old shed untouched, and the family secure. Karen's interference had been foiled once more, her obsession laid bare, and her power over the property entirely nullified. Tactical readiness, legal authority, and strategic foresight had prevailed yet again, leaving the estate, the lodge, and the waterfront perfectly protected against reckless ambition.